Welcome into the Towson Center. I'm Zach Maskovich alongside Ashley Levine, where the Towson Gymnastics team just finished up the Calloway Memorial Towson Invitational, posting their highest score of the season, 194.1, but it wasn't an easy win by any stretch of the imagination. Let's head out to the highlights. It was alumni night here, so they had huge support from their fans, Ashley, and there's their president, Marvin Luschke, giving all the Tigers a high five. And the Tigers first started out on the vault, where they had a very strong performance here from Avis Hickson.
Avis did a Yurchenko layout with a half twist for a 9.725, one of 4 scores that were above 9.7s for the Tigers.
Since the Tigers were the home team, their first event was the vault, and they really got strong performances there from not only Avis Hickson, but Brittany Russell, posting a 9.750. And then it was Lindsey Pulaski, who had a great meet here today.
Lindsey Pulaski did a Yurchenko layout full with a nice landing, and then to cap it off was Casey Catanzaro with the same vault as Lindsey Pulaski, gorgeous 9.875.
So it was another strong performance there from Lindsey Pulaski and Casey Catanzaro, and that set the Tigers up for the uneven bars.
And the highlight was Samantha Lutz, who was a freshman, and she started the Tigers off on bars and actually posted the highest score for the Tigers. Here she is setting up her dismount. She does a giant full, immediate into a double tuck, and a nice solid landing.
And that earned Samantha Lutz a 9.70. And like Ashley said, that really set the tone for the rest of the bars, as Lutz was able to come away with the highest score for the Tigers despite being just a freshman. And that led the Tigers to the balance beam, where another freshman, Lauren Ross, here is going to put on a strong performance. Throughout the day, she was just an exhibitionist, and Ashley, she came up really strong here and contributed to the team's overall score.
Yeah, she did end up competing all 4 events today, 3 of which were exhibition. This was her one score that did count towards the total overall team score, and that was her dismount, which is a gainer layout full off the side of the beam.
That earned her a score of 9.725. And then it was the Tiger star, Casey Catanzaro, here, as she had a slight mishap on the bars, Ashley, but she really showed her leadership, and she was able to put that behind her and post a very strong performance here on the balance beam.
She did, and this is her nice dismount. See how high she gets off of the beam on the back handspring step out to a double full. Nice tight landing shape.
And that earned Catanzaro a 9.825, and the Tigers were the home team in this one. And Ashley, you always want to save the floor for the last, because it's where teams usually score the highest, and the Tigers were no exception here today, as they posted a great performance on the floor.
Yes, and this is Lindsey Pulaski getting ready for her last tumbling pass. They really had a lot of fun on the floor today, hitting 7 for 7 routines with 1 exhibition, and the crowd really got into it as we had a lot of support from local club teams. Here's Lindsey's last tumbling pass. It was a double pike to dismount.
And that was Lindsey Pulaski, who ended up being the all-around champion here today, as she posted a score of 38.875 overall. So great performance there from Lindsey Pulaski, and our own Damon Lewis is going to be talking to her in just a second. But first, we're going to toss things out to Dane Buttafuoco, who's standing by with head coach Vicky. Dane?
Thanks, Zach. Coach, you guys got off to a great start at vault and then fell off a little bit on bars. How were you feeling halfway through the meet?
We felt really good. Bars wasn't fantastic for us. We had a little bit of mistakes, but they weren't falls, and the girls fought through them. So, to go 48.3 or 48.25 or whatever it was that we went on a rough bar day, we'll take it. That was pretty good. So we knew on beam we just needed to hit, and we haven't been doing that. So the fact that we could just relax in our home venue and hit everyone on beam and then bring it home on floor, it was great.
Speaking of beam and floor, you guys did absolutely phenomenal, picking up your highest score of 194.1. How are you feeling after this meet?
Great. It's awesome to know that the girls were rewarded with what Becky and I knew they were capable of if we hit. And there's still some room for improvement in there. Casey had a rough day on bars. So, she's usually a high score for us on bars. Brittany Russell's still not back in the floor lineup from her injury, so getting her back as our anchor, there's lots of room for more potential and more improvement.
Thanks, Coach. Congratulations. And now we're going to toss it over to Damon. Damon?
Thank you, Dane. I am with today's all-around champ here at Towson, senior Lindsey Pulaski. Lindsey, it's been a good couple weeks for you. You're coming off a performance where you were ECAC Gymnast of the Week. Today, you're the all-around champ. How are you feeling right now midway through the season?
I mean, it's a great feeling. I'm a senior, so this is my last year competing gymnastics ever, and I've always told myself I wanted to go out with a bang, and I think I'm holding up to that right now.
As far as today's event here, just tell me about going through the meet individually for you. What was it like knowing that you'd put up 3 really good scores and then knowing, hey, maybe one more on the floor and you might be in this position?
Well, I take each event, one event at a time. I never look forward because then that kind of messes me up a little bit. But, vault is always a good one to start off on. It's powerful. It gets you going, and then going to bars, beam, and floor. I just focus in on my routines, and I do what I do in the gym. I practice how I compete, so nothing new.
As a team, the score today, obviously you took home the championship, but the score, 194.1, your highest score of the season. As a team, do you feel like you guys are moving in the right direction as the season goes on?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we had a really great meet last weekend against Ursinus, and then we just took that confidence here, and of course, getting a 194 is spectacular for us, and that's a team effort right there. No, not 1 or 2 people can do that. It was really a great team effort today.
Lindsey, congratulations on your all-around title and the team win today, and good luck next week.
Thank you very much.
The Towson Tigers, champions of the Calloway Memorial Invitational here inside the Towson Center.